Hey there guys, Liam from liamkbyrne.com. Today I have about 30 or 35 minute or so session that will really focus to spiral muscle chains, lateral muscle chains for those days when you really want to get bendy and twisty with your practice. So just come to a comfortable seated position, bring your hands together to prayer position, take a couple of breaths to steady your thoughts and to set your intentions for doing yoga today, whatever they may be. Now let's take a breath in, roll back the shoulders, stretch hands out and up towards the ceiling, drop your head back, exhale, hands back down into prayer position. And inhale, stretch out wide again, come all the way up, bring the palms together, and exhale back down to about chest height or so. And inhale, stretch out and up, hold it there this time. I'm just going to turn around so you can see the extending of the back in this seated position. Push the hips a little forward, the mid back a little forward, some extension to the mid and upper back. Stretch straight up through the fingertips, pistol pose with your hands. Stretch up through the index fingers, direct the gaze upwards. Keep pushing forward through the midsection. Engage your energy locks already. And now bring your hands down into the surrender position. Just going to turn around again so you can see me. Try to line up the elbows and the shoulders here so it's more or less a straight line all the way through. A breath in, exhale, turn to the right hand side. Inhale back to center. Correct the alignment with the elbows and shoulders. Exhale, turn to the left hand side. And inhale back to center. Exhale, stretch arms out, push through the heel of the hand, drop the shoulders down. Another good breath in. And then exhale, come down to your left. Just rest the palm down, stretch straight up with the right hand. You can hold it there, or if you'd like to go deeper, see if the left elbow will rest down to the floor. Keep stretching up with the right hand, or exhale to stretch over to the left hand side. You could direct your gaze inside of the right arm up to the ceiling. Now let's inhale, lift up again, push out through the heel of the hand once more. Exhale, rest the right hand down, stretch up with the left hand. Hold it there, or next exhalation, see if the right elbow will relax down to the floor. Try to keep the left sit bone down. And then exhale, stretch the left arm over to the right hand side. Look underneath that arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift up again, push out through the heel of the hand. And exhale, bring your hands down to the knees. Inhale, arch a little forward, drop the head back. Exhale, round your back. Hold on to the knees as you roll back. Good. Now let's come around into the box position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to cow pose. And then exhale, let's bring the chest and chin down to the mat in between the hands. Inhale, lower the hips down, peel up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just hold it there if you like. Remember, you can rest your knees down at any time. Inhale, bring the knees, chest and chin down to the mat. And then peel up into cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Look for that long stretch out down through the sides. If you like, you can push the hips a little from side to side here to feel that lateral stretch already beginning to target those lateral muscle chains. As we inhale, come to center, exhale, and push the hips over to one side. Inhale, back to center, exhale, hips over to the other side. And then just hold. Relax your head down towards the mat. I'm still pushing from side to side here. You can do the same too. Next inhalation, step forward with the right foot. Follow with the left foot. Inhale. Stretch out and up. And exhale. Return to your forward bend position. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Exhale, the right foot. Lower either your knees, chest and chin to the mat, or come straight down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Then lift up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just hold it there if you like. As always, rest at any point if you need to. Or inhale, bring your knees down, keep them an inch or two above the floor. Exhale, lift back up. And inhale, float down, bend the knees, keep them lifted an inch or two above. Remember to use your energy locks here. Exhale, back up. And inhale, float down, knees an inch or two above the floor. Hold it here this time. So a modified high plank position. Another good breath in, hold it a little bit longer, keep the navel tucked for Uddiyana Bandha, a squeeze to the pelvic floor for Mula Bandha, and exhale, bring the knees, chest and chin down to the mat, bring the hips down, inhale, peel up into Cobra, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, and exhale, follow with the left. Inhale, stretch arms out and up, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift your head a little, exhale, step back with the right foot, step back with the left foot. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the mat or float the chest directly down. Inhale, cobra or dog, head up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot forward, exhale the left foot. And inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left foot back. Step back, right foot. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or just the chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or dog, head up. Exhale, dog, head down. Inhale, step forwards with your left foot. Exhale, the right foot. And inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, step back the right foot. Exhale, the left foot. And then lower to the mat through Chaturanga Dandasana. Dog, head up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And maybe hold it an extra breath here. Then inhale, lift up the right foot. Keep it raised this time. Exhale, fold the left knee, come down an inch or two above the floor. Inhale, push back up into that raised leg position. And then inhale back down to the modified high plank. Exhale, back up to your three-legged dog. Inhale down to your three-legged plank. And hold it this time. See if you can get a better alignment than me. Shoulder, hip and heel on that right hand side should look a little cleaner. Keep pushing in. Main focus of course is your energy locks and strengthening. Inhale, float up, and exhale, rest that right foot down. Lower the chest and chin down. Inhale, cobra dog, head up. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's move to the left side. Float that leg up. Hold it there, or inhale, float the right knee down an inch or two above the mat. Exhale, lift again. Inhale to float down into your modified high plank. Exhale, lift back up again. And inhale, float the right knee down an inch or two above the mat. Push back through the left heel. I need to work on that alignment there, I think. And just hold it. Engage the shoulders, the upper back. Inhale, push back, lift up. And then exhale, rest the left foot down. Inhale, float down to the mat. Come up into cobra or dog, head up, exhale, back into child's pose. Let's take a little rest breath after that. Hips down on the heels. Rest your head down. Steady your breathing. Keep it nice and easy and relaxed. And then return to box position. Lower the chest and the chin down. Inhale, peel up to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, the left foot. One more side to go. Inhale, stretch arms out and up. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale, step back your left foot. Step back the right foot. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, dog, head up. Exhale, downward facing dog. As always, you can hold here if you like. You can rest in the child's pose. Or let's bring... I'm just going to turn around here so you get a better view. Let's now take the right hand over beside the left hand and just relax your head down between the shoulders towards the mat. Note the difference in emphasis here. Then if you'd like to continue on, reach down towards the right foot with your left hand. If you can take hold of the ankle or the knee, go ahead and do so. Breathe into that rotation, deepen it a little more by holding on to the ankle. Good. Just hold it there, push down into the mat. Inhale, come back to center again. Now let's bring the left hand over to the right hand. It feels lovely just to hold it there. That slightly rotated, modified down dog. But to continue on and deepen, reach over to the left foot with the right hand. Deepen the rotation if you can. Hold on to the ankle or the knee, or just rest it on the floor. Push down through the left hand. Good. Very nice. Inhale, let's come on back up to center to our downward facing dog. And then lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, dog head up. Exhale, dog head down, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale, the right foot, forward bend. Inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale into mountain pose. Straighten up your yoga gear. Relax a little bit, steady your breathing. Let's get ready for our standing mat poses with a little balance pose first. So come into position for tree pose. Right heel above the left ankle, above the knee, or a little higher if you're feeling steady, or if you like today, you could take the left hand to the left hip and support the right knee in the right hand, keeping the knee rotated outwards. So a little opener for the hip, a little change to your balance work. Push down through the standing leg, extend up through the crown of the head. Be as aligned as you can, steady as you can, and rest the right foot down. Let's shift to the other side. So the left heel is going to come to the right ankle or just above the knee or as high up the inner thigh as you comfortably can. Hands into the prayer position. Choose a focus point or just leave the gaze on focus. And sometimes feel better to do that. If you like, right hand to the right hip. Lift up the left knee with your left hand and just hold it there. Continuing to abduct a little bit to open out through the left knee and to extend up through the crown of the head. Steady breathing, meditative, and then rest the left foot down. Good. So, step your feet a little wider at the front of the mat. So we're getting ready to come on down to the mat. Now inhale, stretch arms out and up. Exhale into, oh, my bad, sorry. Now step back with the right foot. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, rest your hands down either side of your left foot into side bend. Take a little rest breath here. You can straighten out that front leg if you like, or keep it folded. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, rest the right knee down. And then come up to your left knee. Maybe push a little forward through the hips to begin deepening that stretch into the groin and the hip flexor. Optionally, float your arms up into the surrender position. Line up the elbows and the shoulders. Exhale, turn to your right hand side. Push a little forward through the hips again. Very nice opener for the hip flexors here, together with a rotation through the midsection. Inhale, come up to center. Maybe ease off on that hip flexor stretch. Lift up a little bit. Exhale, turn as far as you can to the left hand side. It's funny how small the rotation can be to this side when we're using just the muscles of the midsection and the hip flexors getting stretched. Now let's lift up, come back to center, exhale, rest both hands down inside of your left leg. Relax the head down, just rest. If you like, walk the hands a step over to the right hand side, step the left foot a little further out, open the hips a little more, and then maybe the right elbow comes down. If that's easy, maybe the left elbow comes down too. So nice wide open stretch into the hip flexor, into the groin, into the inner thigh, lower back. Very restful and a deep stretch at the same time. Now go carefully as you lift up the right foot. Either hold it there or stretch straight up with your left arm. And just hold it there, directing the gaze up to the ceiling, or exhale, reach around, see if you can find the right foot with your left hand. And then push in through that supporting right shoulder, rotate back, maybe deepen the stretch in the quad, going carefully with the hip flexor. When you're ready to release, bring the left arm back down to the mat, come back over to center into your lizard pose. Take a rest breath here if you like. And then inhaling, let's lift up, ease off on that stretch. Step back with the left foot. Inhale, come forwards all the way down to the mat. Then up into cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forwards with your right foot. Exhale, the left foot. Forward bend. Inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Rotate the hips forward. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, side bend. Resting your hands down either side of the right leg this time. Bend the right knee as much as you like here, or keep it lengthened out without hyperextending the knee, of course. Just rest. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, rest the left knee down. And then hold it there. You can return to this position at any point, or inhale, come on up to the right knee. Then arms up into the surrender position. Push the hips a little forward. Open the right knee outward. You can point the toes of the right foot outwards. Hold it there. Or next exhalation, turn to your left hand side. Continue dropping the hips down towards the mat. Line up the elbows and the shoulders again. Inhale, lift the hips up a little bit as you come back to center. Exhale for the rotation to the right hand side and deepen the hip flexor stretch again. Even if it's a very fractional, a very small rotation, just hold it. Lean back a little bit if you like. Inhale, lift up the hips as you come to center. Exhale, rest both hands down to the inside of your right leg. And then hold, rest. To deepen, walk your hands a step over to the left hand side. Maybe the left elbow will relax to the floor, followed by the right elbow. You can push in, lower the hips down, push the right knee a little further outwards. Prepare to hold it there, or going quite cautiously float up the left foot, cautious with the knee and the hip flexor. And then optionally rotate, stretch up with your right hand, push in with the left elbow. Hold it there, or our final progression for this exercise, reach back to see if you can find the left foot or ankle with the right hand. And then rotate all the way back through the shoulders, hold on to the ankle, look up towards the ceiling, breathe into the stretch. Don't force it. Should feel like a real relaxed opener here. Exhale and rest the right arm back down to the floor again. Inhale, come back to center, rest in lizard pose. And then when you're ready, walk hands in. Ease off on the hip flexor stretch, step back with the right foot. Lower down to the mat. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are feeling good and stretched and open by now. Inhale, step forward with the left foot. Exhale, the right foot. Forward bend. Inhale, stretch out and up. And exhale, mounted pose. Very good. Step feet out a little wider. We are ready to come down to the mat now. Inhale, stretch arms out and up, nice and loose. Exhale, both hands down to the mat inside the feet, nice and easy and relaxed. And then inhale to lift your head a little. Exhale, bend the knees, float the hips down, resting garland pose, as I call it. Very nice for those with non-specific lower back pain. If you go cautiously, hold it there, take it easy, and then eventually when you're ready, lift the gaze a little, exhale, lower back down to the mat. Just take a rest. Stretch the arms out, stretch the legs out, or tuck the knees in if that feels better. Massage out your back, massage out your hips. And we get ready for our variations on the bridge pose today. Still looking to stretch through those lateral and spiral muscle chains. So let's reach down to take the right ankle with the right hand. Just come as close to that position as you can, or just rest the hand down to the floor. Stretch over with your left hand to the floor behind you. Then exhale to float your hips up. Hold it there, or to add a little rotation, see if you can reach under your back with your right hand over towards the left ankle. And if you can, take a hold. Then slide the left arm as far over to the right hand side as you can. Begin pushing in and floating your hips up again. Look for that nice long stretch down through left side and across the lower back. The stretch in the hip flexors. Steady your breathing here. Use your bandhas, your energy locks. And exhale, release, come back down to center. Tuck in your knees, massage out your back. Maybe rock your head a little from side to side. and replace your feet down into position again, ready for the other side. So we're going to reach down with the left hand, see if you can take the left ankle this time. Stretch over your head with the right hand, and then begin to peel your hips up. Now you can hold it here, or you could reach under your back with your left hand, come across as close to the right ankle as you can. Once you've got a hold, slide the right arm over to the left hand side. Begin pushing in again to lift your hips up. Make sure there's no strain to your back, particularly with that rotation. Steady your breathing. Tuck your navel, push the hips a little higher. Energy locks engaged. And exhale to release, come back down. Very good. A rest breath here before we continue into shoulder stand pose. Very good. So once you're ready for the shoulder stand, let's rest the hands down by the hips, bring the feet and the knees together, float them away from the mat, push in, peel your back away from the floor. Find a good hold position for your hands, so that could be to your hips or maybe a little further up towards the mid-back of the shoulder blades. Try to float the heels or toes up as high to the ceiling as you can. Imagine you've got better alignment than me here, shoulder, hip, knee and heels all lined up. And then either just hold, easing the chest up to the chin, or to continue, exhale, float your knees down to the forehead, then take them over to the left hand side, straighten out the left leg followed by the right leg, come down into a rotated plow pose, Parivrita Halasana, or if you like, bend the knees and relax the knees down towards the left ear. Breathing might get a little short here depending on how you are in the midsection, so you might want to just take it easy on your breath here, don't force it. Breath cycles might shorten a little bit, keep it relaxed and easy. And if you're lucky, your knees might relax all the way down to the floor, mine don't. And inhale, let's float the knees back up again, come back up to center. Shoulder stand, Chaturanga. When you're ready, float the knees back down again. Bring them over to the right hand side this time. Straighten out the left leg, followed by the right. Right followed by left rather. And either hold or relax your knees down towards the right ear this time. Again, modify your breathing so that this feels easy, meditative. You have that nice rotation together with the lengthening through the posterior muscle chains as well as the lateral. And float up your left leg, followed by the right. Come back to center, back up to shoulder stand, and then exhale, roll back down to the mat. Take a moment just to massage out your back, tuck in your knees, turn your head once or twice to either side. And then take a rest breath, counter pose, fish pose, Matsyasana. Hands under the thighs, tuck your head in, arch your back up, stretch across the chest. Deepen your breathing and then lower back down to the mat again. Just take it easy for a breath cycle or two. Remember why you're doing yoga today. And now let's fold the knees and place the right ankle onto the left knee. Stretch arms out to shoulder height. Exhale as you relax your legs over to the left hand side first. Look over the right shoulder. Gentle piriformis stretch here. To deepen this, reach down with your left hand, take the right ankle and step that foot a little higher up towards the shoulder. Then either just rest there or reach down with the right hand to find the left ankle and begin to draw your foot and knee and quad over towards the midline. Hold it there in the rotation, the piriformis stretch, the quad stretch, the hip flexor stretch. Breathe nice and easy. Relax into that pose. Don't overdo it. Be ready to ease off at any point. When you're ready, release your hold on the feet. Come back up to center. And let's switch the position of the legs. Maybe take a little shake out for your legs and hips first. And then we bend the knees again, place the left ankle onto the right knee, stretch out the arms, lower your legs over to the right hand side, look over the left shoulder. Reach down with your right hand to the left ankle, deepen that piriformis stretch, reach down with your left hand to the right ankle. Draw the knee over towards the midline. Hold that nice rotation, looking over the left shoulder. Note where you happen to be feeling the release or the resistance today. Breathe into it. And remember not to force it. Energy locks are still engaged. Then when you're ready, release your hold on the ankles. Come back up to center. Stretch out. Shake out the legs. Good. A little rest breath or two before you rock your way back up into a seated position. Inhale, pull a little forwards. Exhale, back, round your back, stretch out your back. Inhale, lift up again. And just tuck your feet in. So it could be cross-legged pose, or you could now place the right ankle on top of the left lower leg. That's the second option. Or third option, you might be comfortable taking the right ankle up towards the left hip. Now if your knee lifts up real high here, maybe move back a progression, rest the foot back down onto the leg or down onto the floor. Don't force it. But if you can comfortably place that right ankle to the left hip with your knee not lifted too high, then go ahead and do so. This is a modification on Balanced pose. So let's come to center, sit comfortably. Inhale, stretch arms out, push out through the heel of the hand, and take a good breath in. Exhaling, let's turn to the right hand side. Lower the right hand behind you, come up to the fingertips so you get good height and support. Left hand over to the right knee, just hold it there. Or now to deepen, another breath in, exhale. See if you can rest the right forearm across the low back. Or you might go a little further, find the trouser leg or your hip, or maybe you can lean a little forwards until the right hand can take a hold of the right foot. And then straighten up again, push forward through the hips and the chest, lengthen up through the crown of the head, maybe the left hand comes down to the mat. Hold it there, breathe into the rotation, exhale, release for a little counter turn to the other side, and then come back to center. Release your legs, maybe they need a little shake out before we come to the other side. So just remember those three options again. We tuck in, we switch the sides. It could be that the left leg is down on the floor, it could be resting on top of the right leg, or you might have taken it up towards the right hip. Remember, if the knee is too high, just rest it back down on the floor, down on your leg. So once you're ready, inhale, stretch arms out, push out through the heel of the hands. Continue breathing deeply, pushing outwards, drop the shoulders down, remember. Then another good breath in, exhale, turn to your left. Left hand down behind you, come up to the fingertips, right hand over to the left knee. Hold it there, keep lengthening up, push forward through the hips and the midsection and the shoulders. And exhale, reach the left hand across your lower back if you can find the hip or the trouser leg, or maybe lean a little forwards, find the foot if it's on your hip. Then lengthen up again, push forward through the hips and the midsection and the back and the shoulders. Look over the left shoulder, fingertips of right hand can rest down to the floor here if they reach. Make it another good breath in, holding the rotation throughout. And then exhale to release for a counter turn on to your right hand side. Come on back to center. Release your legs. A little shake out, maybe a massage out. And now let's come over to box position. Onto your hands and knees. And inhale, come forwards, look upwards, striking cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. Take a rest breath. And then on back up into box position, tuck in your toes. Begin with the right leg. We'll place the knee to the inside of your right hand. Now, first version of this pose, just bring the hip down onto the heel. You can hold it there, royal pigeon pose. Or it might be you can tuck that right foot over towards the left side to ease the sit bone down a little bit closer to the mat. It might not come all the way down, don't worry. And then hold it there, get comfortable in the pose. Now remember, you are totally welcome to hold it right here. If you begin to feel more comfortable in this pose, then for our variation today, take a step forwards with both your hands, just a little step forwards. And either hold it there, it might feel a bit more restful, or come down to the elbows. Again, it might feel more restful. And then go carefully as you lift up the left knee. Stretch up with your right hand. You can hold it there, push down through the left elbow. And then optionally reach back to find your left foot with the right hand. Look over the right shoulder, straight up to the ceiling. Maybe you can deepen that quad stretch. Remember not to force it, ease off as needed, particularly if you haven't done this variation before. Just hold it and then exhale, release. Rest the elbows back down. You could rest it right there, walk the hands forward. If the stretch feels a little too much on the piriformis, maybe just roll off the hip and come over to your right hand side. You can feel quite relaxed, you still get a good stretch, just a little less intense. For me, I can find sometimes it feels a little too much. Good. Now, when you are feeling rested and also good and stretched, let's walk the hands back in, lift up carefully, walk in the left knee and step back carefully with your right leg. Push through the heel, maybe a little back extension, and then inhale, come forward, striking cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Then back into the box position. Step forwards with your left knee this time. So either hold it here, rest the sit bone down on the heel, or maybe you take the left foot over towards the right side of the mat, externally rotating the hip a little more and allowing your sit bone to come down towards the mat. Just hold, make yourself comfortable in this version of the pose, and then if you would like to make it more comfortable and easy, walk your hands forward. Eventually maybe rest your elbows down to the floor. Always just gauging the depth of that stretch into the piriformis on your left hand side. Then if you like, bend the right knee, float it up, you could hold there. Or to continue on, rotate, stretch up with your left hand, push down through the right elbow. Try to keep that shoulder engaged if you can, the supporting right shoulder. Then just hold or reach back with your left hand to find the right ankle or foot. Breathe into the rotation, stretching and opening through the chest and shoulder on the left, strengthening on the right, deepening the quad and hip flexor stretch on the right side, piriformis and smaller gluteals on the left side. When you're ready to release, rest the left elbow down. You can rest here, or you can walk your hands directly forward, easing the weight of your body down onto the left leg. Or if it feels a little too intense, then just roll a bit further over to your left side off the glute and reduce the intensity of that stretch. Hold it there and rest. Just enjoy the stretch. Don't force it. Keep your breathing steady. Inhale, walk your hands back in again, and then lift all the way up. Carefully step back with your left foot, maybe a little back extension. Inhale, come forwards into striking cobra, and exhale back into the child's pose. Again, take a little rest breath here. Then when you're ready, walk hands in, lift all the way up, and exhaling. Just come off your heels, come down into cross-legged pose. Make yourself comfortable, rest hands to the knees or maybe to the ankles. Or maybe just rest your hands down to the floor in front of you. If you would prefer a gentle forward bend, or if you'd like to come into Yoga Mudra, reach your hands around behind you to find the wrist or the forearm or the elbow. Once you have a good hold, take a breath in, lift the gaze up. Exhale to now relax your head forwards, eventually down towards the mat. Find a comfortable resting and hold position. This is a good meditation pose. Remember, you could remain seated or you could have walked your hands out in front of you for a gentle forward bend. Now let's hold it there. Here, this can be your meditation pose. Just listen to the sound of your breathing. Stay focused with your attention drawn inwards. Very good. Now slowly let's take a breath in. Just walk your hands in or raise your forehead up away from the mat. If your hands are behind your back, release your hands, hold on to the knees, take a breath in, extend the back, look upwards. If you're in lotus pose, just release your feet down to the mat again. And just lie all the way back down into Shavasana, your relaxation pose. You could shake out the legs a little, just make yourself comfortable and allow your breath to find its natural depth and rhythm. Very good. So when you're ready, let's begin to bring awareness back into the room. Move your fingers and toes a little, move the head from side to side. Eventually take a good long stretch out from the fingertips down to the toes with a good breath in. And when you are ready, finally return back into a seated position. Bring your hands together into the prayer position. Namaste. And guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed this yoga. Please leave a like if you did, maybe leave a comment or two, and I will see you all again next time. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.